So welcome to my review of the new Callaway Apex Forge 19 iron. So Apex was a very popular, Apex 16, hugely popular iron, now being replaced with the Apex Forge 19. Very nice looking iron. It's forged, it's packed with forgiveness, bit of technology. So we're going to take a look at all of that in this review video, show you some performance numbers of GC2 HMT and my personal thoughts of this particular iron. So just before we jump into the video, appreciate you watching the video and tuning in. If you're enjoying the content and you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. Hit that logo at the bottom right hand corner of the screen, MNG. Hit the bell icon for future notifications, any future videos that land on my channel. You'll be the very first ones to watch it. Also, hook up onto my social media platforms, which is Twitter and Instagram, and both handles there are at MN Golf Coach. Okay, so 2019, early in 2019, we see some big launches from the brands, and Callaway no exception here, and they brought out a new Apex iron. Knew this iron was probably going to be coming because we knew Apex 16, 2016 launch, we were very much due a new range of iron in this particular category. And this was always a popular one for me because it hits and ticks a lot of boxes. It's a forgiving iron. There's a lot of forgiveness in there, there's a bit of technology packed in there. Loft slightly stronger, so this is a 7 iron at 30.5 degrees. Loft are slightly on that stronger side, so for the guys maybe don't want those extra yards, it's there. But then you've got a very nice look behind the golf ball, and it's forged. So like I say, it ticks a lot of boxes. So what's happening in the iron? So we've got basically the Cup 360 technology we've seen in many models of Callaway, that's staying in there. So again, creating that ball speed off the club face. We've got a multi-material head with urethane in there, basically help dampening sort of sound and acoustics. Obviously the forge, the 1025 mild steel forged head gives you that sort of soft feel also off the club face. So got myself set up around 178 yards from the flag. As I say, 7 iron here, lofted at 30.5 degrees, and putting that down by the golf ball, first sort of instincts of the looks, it's a beautiful squat shape. It's a very squat from heel to toe. For my eyes, not got the Apex 16 to hand at this present moment in time, but from my memory, this looks a slightly compact head compared to the 16 model. Little offset there, but a little bit of a thicker, sort of medium to thick top edge. So there's a bit of thickness in that top edge, which might put a few guys off, but the actual shaping of the head and the sort of lovely chrome polished heel toe section looks absolutely lovely. Oh, and that feels lovely. I tell you what, that's a high ball flight. 30.5 degrees loft, that's come out pretty high. Don't think I got all of that, and that stopped quick as well. 170 carry, and that spun at 7,000. That was a big spin number there. A little bit low in the face, maybe a little bit bottom heel. Probably just pop that number up, I'm guessing, a little bit. Be interested to see some future shots I'm going to hit now and where that spin number sits, but that spun and stopped pretty quick. So there's urethane micro spears is what Callaway is saying is in the head, and that creates over 1 million tiny little air pockets in the head, which helps to take away vibration, to create that softer feel. Quite an interesting way of doing things there in terms of creating that feel. Yeah, that's nice. Better contact there. Not quite as high as that first one, a little bit straighter. Yeah, and again, that stopped pretty quick, so better strike, 175 carry, so a little bit more out of that from that first one there. Then that spun at 6.423, so spin just slightly different. You notice that first one, as I say, a little bit low in the face, had that little bit of left to right shape, and it we always know that's going to pop that number up a little bit more. But again, that was a better contact, more neutral flight there, and again, 6,500 I think is a good number for a 30.5 degree loft of a 7 iron. I think what I would definitely say there between this new one and the previous Apex 16 is the look of it, especially from the back there, that more of that satin, a little bit of a finish, that chrome part of it looks much more quality. It looks a bit more classy than maybe what we saw in the Apex 16. So definitely as a looks perspective, it's a big improvement from me anyway, my personal thoughts, against the previous Apex model, and does sit lovely behind that golf ball. Definitely will be a popular iron, this, I think, for the guys who just want that feel of that forged head, but they want that sort of forgiveness of a cavity back iron. feels superb. Struck that one lovely. That feels great. Lovely high ball flight. There's no issues of getting that flighted. That's out there pretty strong. Again, better strike there yet again. So 181 carry. And that spawn, I missed that, sorry, I think it was in that 6,000 mark. We'll have a look at those spin numbers a little bit later on. But again, really neutral ball flight there. Very, very straight for me there. I'm quite impressed with that. Feels great. Again, absolutely no issues flighting. That's quite a high ball flight. Again, stopping pretty quick, 179, decent strike there again. That's spinning at 6,200. So it's not a bad spin number there. Again, for that 30.5 degree loft, it feels really good off the club face. The acoustics is nice. I think it looks lovely behind the golf ball. Bit of a thick top edge for my liking, but again, we're obviously going to have an Apex Pro version here, which I'm guessing is going to be a little bit slimmer in that top line, a little bit more compact on that head shape, and probably a little bit of difference of that lofting also. So, numbers available in the Apex 19 forged irons, 3 iron all the way through to sand iron, believe it or not, which surprised me. Sometimes they tend to drop the sand iron out when they get into the forged head, tend to push you more into the sort of Mac Daddy specialised wedges, but offering all the way up through to sand iron, including that gap wedge in there also. So, full offering both right and left-handed. So, plenty of offerings there. Again, a little bit low in the face, just up that fraction of that right hand side, not by much at all. That'll probably stop a touch quicker again. A little bit similar to that first strike there, but not a bad number. 177 carry, spin 6,600. I'm liking that. I like the look of it. It's beautiful as you look at it there. Bag appeal would be great. I know that doesn't make a blind bit of difference to performance, but it looks superb. Very quality finish on it. Sat down by the ball, it's lovely squat sort of head, a little bit thicker top line as I mentioned. The colouring, the satin chrome finish is nice, feels good, numbers look pretty good, but let's check those out in a little bit more detail. Okay, so looking at some numbers, so club head speed 95, which is my typical marker around that sort of 7 iron, ball speed 126.6, so that's a pretty decent ball speed number. Again, we know it's a 30.5 degree loft, so that can obviously affect, the loft will affect ball speed fractionally. Launching at 19, which is pretty high, so it's no issues actually launching that. Spinning on average 6,456, so good spin number for, again, 30.5 degree lofted iron, peaking out 39 yards, so loads of height in there. That's coming into land at 50 degree descent angle, which has got loads of stopping power, and 176 average carry. So obviously look at that first one, which was my weakest strike. That was that slight low heel. See, ball speed just dropped off 124, launched a little bit higher there, maybe that a little bit open face, got a bit of fade on it. You see that spin number goes up, and the lowest spin was the third one at 6,000. So you can see my strike sort of moving it around. To be honest, the second, fourth and fifth were probably my better strikes, so 6,400, 6,200, 6,400 is probably where I'd expect that iron to sit for me. Okay, so there we go, Apex Forged 19 iron from Callaway. I think that's a really good offering. Apex 16, as I said earlier, was a very successful iron, very powerful iron. The spin I thought was quite low on it, so it did go a long way, but a lot of golfers did like that. I think this is maybe offering a little bit more of that control. Very much a similar look, maybe a little bit more compact than maybe the Apex 16, but definitely for me some better spin characteristics there. So I'd have a lot of confidence of gaming that myself, knowing that it's a strong loft, no issues launching it, and it's got some stopping power, obviously the descent angle, but also that spin number. So it would be interesting to see whether you could split combo that set, you know, maybe Apex Forge 19 in long irons and maybe the pros and the shorter irons. You'd probably have that gap or that loft jump as you would transition from one model to the other. Maybe have a little look at that. But my review of the Apex Pro will be coming soon to the channel if it's not already on there already. Let me know your thoughts. Comment down below. Apex Forge 19, is that something that you would really want to go out and try yourselves? I think that's a great iron. Loving it. Loving the numbers it's producing. I think that's going to be a popular one, so I'd love to hear your thoughts as always. As I say, if you haven't hit that subscribe button and you're enjoying the content I'm putting out there, then please consider doing that. So the more subscribers I get, the more I can get to these companies. They can give me this gear a little bit early. Unfortunately, Callaway didn't get to me earlier. Maybe there's some other channels out there, unfortunately, but I'm getting more and more brands on side and on board, so hopefully Callaway can do that. But obviously the more subscribers I get, the more views I get, the better fighting power I've got of getting some kit off these brands to get these videos out to you guys. Appreciate you watching as always, and hopefully we'll catch up with you all very soon.